Hello everybody, Melissa here at TCT Crafts Designs and Decor. Today we are going to be doing an easy Valentine's Day arrangement. I think it turned out beautifully. It's going to be super quick and super easy. Not that many supplies in this design, and so I think you're going to love it. So let's go ahead and drop you down and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to get started using this 8-inch double. So we do have these doubles in the shop. This is just a little 8-inch double that I already filled with gaps and cracks, and then I just lightly mossed the top of it. Okay, you don't have to use gaps and cracks. If you do prefer, you can just use the floral foam. Just set the floral foam in there and then lightly moss it, and you will be good to go. So I have really been loving these little small arrangements lately. I don't know why, I'm just on a kick with them. So we're going to do another one today for Valentine's Day. And I am just working on using up things that I have left so I don't have to store them for next year. And so I've got a few of these little red roses left, so I thought we would make something with them. We do not have any more of these in the shop, so just use whatever red rose you can find in the store or online, but that's what we're going to be using today. So I'm just going to cut these up. Not sure how I want the sizing to be just yet, but I'm going to get these big stems off there. And I'm not a super fan of these leaves. They're really beautiful flowers, but the leaves, not so much. So we're not going to use those. I've used them on a few projects. Just a little filler, and it's okay, but for this design I think we're gonna skip it. And I think we're only gonna use one greenery today. We'll see how the design goes, but I brought in, I'm trying to use up the rest of these little cedar picks I have. So we're gonna use this greenery. We'll see if we need another one. I'll try to use just a few supplies in this one. So I am just going in the center with these. This one's a little bit longer. Let's see if I can find a shorter piece. And giving it a slight bend. And let me see where how I want to place my flowers. We could do 360. Okay, so let me cut this down just a hair. So we could do a 360 design, or we could do forward facing. I think we'll do 360s, meaning that it can be all sides. It can be facing all sides and it will look beautiful. Instead of front facing, where you have a focal of the front. So I'll switch views back and forth just because some people like the overhead view and some people like the frontal view. So we'll just kind of mix it up. And when I'm doing these arrangements, you end up seeing the top of my head a lot when I've got the overhead view. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to cut this stem down just a little bit. These are some thick stems. So I am just going sort of in a, let's see where I put the hole on for this one. There it is. Sort of in a triangle pattern. This is going to be a fairly low arrangement. So it's not going to be very tall. Be perfect. This type of arrangement is perfect for like an end table or a small coffee table. I mean, you could use it for a buffet table, things like that. I mean, you could use it for your dining room table, but it's going to be a little bit smaller. So it just depends on the size of the table you have, I guess. Okay, get one right in here. They're not exactly the same size, right? We don't want it too matchy. But this is what we have. This is kind of our base. So we got our flowers and trying to decide if I want to do one in the center or keep it with the triangle pattern. We've got some little white peonies, baby peonies we're going to put in here. So let me see if I just want to go. I think we're just going to fill it in with these and just go with the 3. So let's go add some more of our greenery. Okay, so I'm going to go towards the center. Give this a bend. Go on the other side. Give it a bend. I'm going to do the same thing over here. This is going to be a fairly easy arrangement. Okay, so that's what we have so far. I think we're going to do I think I want one kind of coming down in the center, in between these two. We're going to have a piece there. Okay, I'm going to bring a little piece of that down underneath that rose. I'm going to leave a couple pieces of this sort of up in the center there. Let's add our little baby peonies in here. I'm just going to cut these down. Before we get too far into this, I do want to add, I think, a little ribbon on this one. I'm just using this little, it's almost like a trim ribbon I had gotten from, I don't know where I got this from, but I picked it up from somewhere. And it just has a little bit of, let me show you, has a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of bling here in the center. So I thought this would be pretty. We're just going to add just a little bow with it. This is a really pretty Valentine's Day arrangement. I thought we would add a little bow with this. See if I want 2 loops or 3 loops. So let's see. I think I'll just do 2 loops. Just 2 loops, nice and simple. Okay, so I'm just going to get a piece of wire. Let me go ahead and cut this. I can trim it later where I need it, but get this ribbon off the floor. Okay. Just going to twist this wire nice and tight. I think I'm going to put it on a pick. You could wrap it around a pick if you don't have a pick machine. You could use a floral pin to pin it in, which we might do if I can't get it on this pick. There we go. So I'm going to get it where I want it and then glue it in there. Okay, so I just added a nice generous amount of glue in there. I'm trying to see how I want my, kind of like that. That way we've got a little bit on each side. We're going to anchor that bow here in a second. Uh-oh, trying to snag my sweater. Or do we want both of our tails on that side? That's pretty too. We'll just leave it there for now. Okay, let's go back to our mini peonies. So we're going to use this to sort of anchor our bow. I'm going to switch view for just a second so you guys don't have to see the top of my head as I'm putting that in there. Going to get my hair done tomorrow, y'all. Been trying to I'll tell you something a little personal here. So I was trying to grow out my gray just because I was tired of messing with it. But I have realized that I'm over it. I'm not quite ready to do it yet. So we're going to go get that thing fixed tomorrow. The grow out is no joke, y'all. If you've been through that stage before, y'all let me know. Let me know how you did it. Because I'm struggling. So, okay. So we have our first little peony in there. Let's add one right here next to the bow. One right next to that bow. Okay, I'm going to go on that other side. So north, south, east, west, right? This one's just going to be kind of diagonal there. Okay, I'm trying to see here. I think I want my next one to kind of go a little lower. Okay, so we've got all. We're going to add some more of this greenery in here too. Let's go on the other side now. So we've gone around our bow. Okay, I'm going to go right to the side so it's kind of flowing down a little bit. Let's do the same on this side. I'm going to move this one. I don't like how that one went in. Let's try this again. I'm going to put it a little higher up in there. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's put a cluster right in here. Push that one closer so it's not sticking out so far. It's tighter to the container. just put that one right here. We're going to put something underneath our rose. I may have to go get another one of these. We'll see. Oops, I just threw that in the trash. I need that. Okay, got a shorter one and a longer one. So I'm going to go in with the shorter one. Right up next to this rose here. Sometimes you just got to play with it so you get them where you want them. I'll re-glue it once I figure out where I want my placement. That's better. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit more greenery, and start filling in. So we're going to use probably about 1.5 of these. Use whatever greenery you have. It does not have to be this type of greenery. Just something to fill it in. Let's see if I like this one there. Now, you may not like the wispiness of this. So you can go in with a shorter greenery. But I rather like it. You can also cut these down. So like this one, I'm going to cut down a little shorter. So I'm going to start going underneath. Okay, so I'm going to start kind of going underneath here. And I wanted a shorter piece for there. Go right in there. I'm gonna cut this one down a little bit. I think we're going to put, let's see, go in with another shorter piece of greenery. I think we're going to add some little berries to this as well. So I'm just kind of filling in around the front here. We need a piece underneath this rose right here. I'm just going up underneath this rose. That little piece. Okay. we're pretty good for the greenery right now. So let me get our berry stems. Now the berries are optional. You don't have to add them. I think I want to give it a little bit of something here. We're also going to add some little Valentine heart picks, which is optional. So I'm just filling that in. See how that kind of filled that in there nicely with those little berries? Okay, let's get another one. Okay, so we've got two here. Let's add one in here. Got one little berry cluster left. See if I want to use it or save it. Because we've got a nice little triangle pattern with these already. We could break it up. Yes, I think we're going to break it up. I'm going to put a little piece sort of down closer to the bottom. Right in this little, right in that little spot. Just fill that in a little bit. Let's go on this side. And wherever we still see the foam, I'll just hit it with some more moss because I'm not going to go in with any more greenery to fill it. So I'll just take a little bit more moss and glue in there where we have a little bit. Let me see if I can show you guys. So there's still a little bit of space in here, but I'm not going to go in with any more greenery. So I'll just hit that with some moss. Now the last thing we're going to do is just, we've got, now this is optional, but we have these little Valentine heart picks. We do have these in the shop. They come in a little pack here. So we're going to add one of these. And this I'm not going to glue in because we can, I can say that the heart pick is removable if they want to take it out. Maybe they don't want the arrangement with the little heart pick. But I think it looks pretty good in there. Okay, y'all, here is our finished design. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. And look, we only used one greenery. Can you believe that for me? Of course, we got glue strings everywhere. I'll have to clean it up. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Super easy, not that many products. We probably don't have most of these supplies in the shop because I'm just using up things that I have left. But if we do, I will link them down in the description of the video. If this is your first time watching, welcome, and we would love to have you subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. So I'm so glad you stopped by the channel today. Until next time, bye y'all.